Okay, today's tools of the trade will be starting off with Barry's Precision bullets. We've got those laid out there. Those are some nice 230 grain, and they're shaped just like the old full metal jacket military bullets. Those are electroplated lead, very nice bullets. I've already shot a bunch of those. And then right in front of those is live rounds I've built, and those are a length of 1.26, provides ultimate in reliability. And you can see on the little jar to your far right there, it gives you the 230 grain, 4.0 grains of bullseye powder, and then the overall cartridge length at 1.26. That beautiful gun there, that 1911 that you can see, is a Springfield Armory range officer. They do not make that gun anymore, but if you find one of those at a pawn shop or a gun store somewhere used, by all means grab it up, because what you're going to get is a very solid forged gun. Forged frame, forged slide, match grade barrel, and that particular one happens to have very nice target sights on it, fiber optic up front, and a very thin notch in the back, fully adjustable up and down, right and left. So I just put that on there. Those had fell off. I called Springfield Armory, and they have a fantastic customer service program. Spoke with a young lady named Destiny and told her the serial number of my gun, and without any hesitation she asked for my email, gave her that, and within a few minutes I got an email from them, Federal Express tracking number, and she sent me out a complete rear sight assembly. Had the set screws, the springs, everything I needed to install that on the gun. So without further ado, now that you have seen the equipment that we're going to use today, let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to try to accomplish. Today I'm teaching a course. This course is for beginners, and this course is how to hit the target. We're going to be shooting from a distance of 7 yards, and it looks like we're shooting at a house, and that's because we are. That is our shoot house. So what we're going to focus on today, I'm going to give you some information that I got from some real professional shooters, and in fact it is a shooter that works for Springfield Armory. He is a world class, one of the best in the world. His name is Rob Latham. Here's what Rob Latham told me. He said, most shooters, when they begin to shoot, they see professionals shoot, they don't realize some of the things that kind of get burned in your brain over time. One mistake that the beginning shooter makes is they use their brain as a computer processor, and they put almost 100% of their energy into aiming. They look at the front sight, they make sure it's in the notch in the rear, they make sure everything's level, they get everything just right, and then when they make their shot, they screw it all up. And that's because they're putting 100% of their brain power into the sights, into focusing on the sights. They've heard front sight press from military boys. They've heard make sure you can see the front sight lined up with equal spacing between the front sight and the rear sights, an equal gap on the right and left of the front. They get all this energy put into looking at that sight system, and they don't realize that's not the way to do it. So here's the way Mr. Rob Latham broke it down from what I remember. About 30% of your energy needs to go into looking at those sights, and about 70% needs to work on that trigger finger, making sure that when you break that trigger, nothing on that gun moves except for the trigger. So that sounds easy, and it's not. So you got to learn how to grip the gun with a good strong grip. That you don't have to have about 1% of your brain processor to do that. But let's say that after a while, that's just like holding a jug of milk or grabbing up a sledgehammer or anything. You know what amount of grip to use for the job. So with pistol shooting, you need a good, strong grip. Then you glance at your sights, line them up, And that's 30% of your brain on the sights, and about 70% of your brain needs to go into that index finger, that right hand trigger finger, and just focus on it, where once it starts to pull, it's like a linear piston in a cylinder. Piston doesn't jerk around. When it's in motion and it's running, it goes at an exact speed, and that's why your finger, once you make the decision to shoot, check your sights, and then 70% of your brain power needs to be on that trigger finger, making sure it goes to the rear and very straight back. And once you start, you don't stop. You keep it exactly steady speed every time. After you do that a few million times, you'll be a professional shooter. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate from 7 yards away what it's like to shoot those paper targets. Those are just simple paper plates. I buy those off Amazon real cheap. Sometimes we eat off of them. Most of the time I shoot them. But today I'm going to issue 1 bullet to each plate. We're not shooting for group today. We are trying to make a hole in a plate. This is the distance that you would probably encounter a bad guy. It's going to be 7 yards. So that's what you'll be looking at. You may see my back. I'll try not to block the shot. I'll move around a little bit, but if you'll notice that 1 paper plate that's at the highest point on the wall, it looks like it already has a bullet hole, but that's not a bullet hole. Guess what that is? Let's see if I can get it from here and see exactly what that is. Let's see if we can see that. I wonder if we can. It's going to be tricky. Try not to break my camera. What is that? Well, I'm not going to ask you today for your 2 cents worth. What we're going to ask for is your 1 cent worth. Wow, that is a penny, not a bullet hole. So I'll teach you about shooting the plates. Make sure you can hit the plates. And when we get to that one, I'll try to zoom in a little closer, and we'll see if this old dude with the thick glasses can hit that penny, or at least close to it. Well, just say that. So now we got zoomed in. I want to have these enough that you can see a bullet hole, and maybe we can do it. Let's see, a little bit more adjustment, small amount here and there. Let's get that down about right there. Got this on a nice tripod. Thank God for good equipment. Good tripod. It makes a difference. Okay, I've got all of them in the frame, zoomed in as far as I can without losing any targets. So I'm going to load this bad boy up and see what we can do. Today I'm shooting some of these homemade loads. The load in question that we're using is this Berry bullet, very nice Berry bullet. Magazine today will be the Wilson Combat 47D, and there may be a better one, but I don't know what it is. I am going to start a little bit of a conversation today about bullets. I want to know what you shoot. This is in the comments section. Which bullet do you prefer? If you're shooting Berry's bullets, which one is the most accurate? That's what I need to know. Now, I have put 8 rounds in there. Let me show you a little trick. When you're loading a gun, this is going to fight against that slide if you've got the slide to the rear. So don't do that. Put your slide locked to the rear. I said that wrong. Let me repeat that. Most people try to load a gun with it like that with the slide forward. So don't take your gun out with the slide forward with a magazine that's got 8 rounds in it, because there's no room to compress that anymore. That thing is maxed out. So when you do that and try to shove it in there, that bullet is going to hit the guts of this slide. So that's not a good method to do that. Go ahead and lock your slide to the rear. Now when you put your mag in, it will have no restriction because there's a nice big fat opening there. Now we're good to go, and I'm going to let that go forward, and it chambered it, and safety is on. So here we go. We're going to do some shooting. This is from 7 yards away. Hopefully you'll be able to see the gun. Let's see how I can get where you can see it. Let's start off with this one right here on the post. Let me see, I may have to move my, let me move my camera. I really want you to be able to see this. All right, there like that. Try not to shoot the window out of the house. My wife is going to be very mad if I shoot that window. So here we go. I'm going to try my best not to shoot the window. The goal is to put one hole in that plate. I'll call the plates off as I shoot them. So without blocking you, see if you can see this. That first plate there, we're going to try to put a hole in that paper plate. This one is about 5 yards away. We'll see what we can do. All right, plate. Now remember, when you aim, just do some basic aiming. Don't put too much brain power into that. And then focus on that trigger. Pulling the trigger without moving the gun. Here we go. Hey, what do you know? I did hit the plate. That's what I would call a low left, and that's probably me jerking. So we got to get that out of our system. No jerking. That's me being a jerk unless these new sights are off. Now let's try that one on the far left there. Same distance, it's about 5 yards. I'm gonna watch myself even closer this time and make sure I don't jerk. I'm talking and shooting, so now no more talking. Oh, that's a little bit better. Okay, let's go ahead and try a little more distance. Let's try the next one, which is also on a pole, the one closest to the house on the pole. 7 yards away, there's a bad guy incoming. Let's try it. Hey, that's not a bad shot right there. So we fired 3. This time let's try we've got a row of 3 plates you see right up against the house. Let's try that middle plate, see what we can do with it. Okay, a little bit to the right, but at least it's on the plate. Let's try the plate to the left. Okay, plate to the left's a good hit. Plate to the right. Okay, that's a good hit on that. I got 1 bullet left. I'm gonna get a little closer. Okay, we're about 5 yards out. Let's see about that penny. Now this is a very precise shot. Let's see if I can hit that penny. Oh, a little bit low. Let's try again. Oh, penny is gone. So I got all 8 shots. Feel pretty good about that. And now I know that my sight system is on. I probably should have zoomed on the penny, but maybe you can see it. Might have to try another one on that. Let's see about that. I'm gonna stop this. We'll put us up a fresh penny. Okay, we're gonna try this shot at the penny again. This is gonna be from 7 yards out this time. See if I can hit that penny. Ah, right beside it. There we go. So I found out it takes me 2 shots to hit a penny, but that's not bad. That first one would definitely be a bad guy would be hurting if he was after me. Let's go ahead now and back the camera out, and we're going to do some not speed shooting. Okay, I don't want to call it that. I'm going to say we're going to shoot just a little bit faster than we did the first time. Okay, still want to try to put a hole in each one of the paper plates, see if I can hit them, and I bet you we can get that done. So let me replace those 2 bullets I just shot up. So I got full load. Okay, let's do these. here we go. So let's try a paper plate on the left, on the pole. These are going to be, I'm going to allow 2 full seconds, 3 full seconds for each shot. So here we go, pole on the left, pole on the back side, farthest back, pole on the far right hand side. And let's shoot the paper plate at the top, go for 12 o'clock position. And paper plate, bottom left, up to 3. Go for 6 o'clock. Okay, let's go for middle paper plate on the wall. Let's go for 9 o'clock, quarter till the hour. Not bad, not bad. And last but not least, we'll finish off on this one. Far right hand plate on the wall, 12 o'clock. Oh, a little to the right. Let's go, that's about 12:30. Let's go 11. That's pretty close, not bad. So, I am very happy with the range officer. Its new rear sight. Thank you, Destiny, very much for sending me that. Okay, we will stop yelling now. Thank you, Destiny, for sending the free sight from Springfield Armory. They're plated bullets from Barry. I would like that input in the comment section if you're shooting these Barry's bullets. Which one is the most accurate in your 1911? And then to finish off, please tap the like and subscribe. And if you learned anything today that's of any value, I do have a super thanks where you can click, send in $2, $5, $10. 2 is good enough. I've got a lot of good friends sending me $2 here and there, and all that does for me is I get to buy some coffee and keeps me awake so I can keep doing my videos. So hope y'all enjoyed this, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Over and out for now.